Wade is guarding Bryant. Artest looking, gets it to Bryant. Bryant dribbling, has to put it up with the buzzer. Banks it in! He banks in the three! And the Lakers win the game!
What is up, Syndicate members? Get excited because it's Wednesday. It's 9 a.m. That means we are live right here at Insurance Syndicate headquarters in Austin, Texas. My name is Tony Merwin. That is the Jolly Ginger Giant himself, Mr. Joe Campert. We got a special show for y'all today.
We do.
We put this together last minute. Get excited because you've seen our guests before, and we will bring them on shortly.
We are excited to have them back. And one of them you still see on our Friday show. But yes, we do have a special show in store for y'all. You can see within the description. Also, let us know where you're tuning in from and that you can hear and see us in the comments. I see you in there, JR. Thank you, brother. In my best Bruce Buffer voice, it is time. Keep killing it. My man, JR. Thanks for tuning in every week, bro. Real quick, before we get going into our special show, shout out to Viva Virtual Solutions. They are the main sponsor of the show. Shout out to Lily Davies. I know you can probably see her in the comments. She does all of our editing, publishing, clipping, manages all of the channels. She just does any and everything. So shout out to Lily. We couldn't do it without you. And shout out to Rob Lopez. You guys know I'm with Clearview, and we utilize Viva and partner with them on the virtual assistant side. And we seriously could not do it without them within the actual insurance side of things as well. So again, if you're in the market for a virtual assistant, Viva Virtual Solutions is the main sponsor of the show. They are a preferred vendor. And honestly, they're some good friends of mine. So shout out to them. Thank you for everything that you do. But y'all know what time it is. Before we bring our guest on, it's called Winning on Wednesday for a reason, y'all. It's the peak of the week. We want to start sharing those weekly wins. Drop them in the comments. We want to be able to celebrate you. We don't care how big or how small. Drop them in the comments. Mr. Merwin, what you got? What is your weekly win, sir?
Man, I am going with partnerships and integrations. If you tuned into Tuesday training yesterday, you saw the conversation with me and Dalton Miller talking about some of the things they're doing over at Retire Flow. I am fully implementing those things, and we are going to see an extremely streamlined client onboarding process kicking up here in Go Avila here very, very soon. Super excited. I mean, one of the best things you can do for your sales agents is to create a system and process that reduces friction on the entire sales process, right? So I'm trying to get it to where they can live in one single environment all day long without having to bounce around all these different places, right? And Dalton Miller has helped us create that with his new integration on Retire Flow and Connecture. And I am super pumped to use it. By the way, if you need it or are looking for it, we got Syndicate promo codes for it. Syndicate 40 will get you 40% off on that Retire Flow deal. Nice. Just go to retireflow.com, get a demo, check it out, get on the program.
Love that. Love that. I mean, you said it yesterday. My weekly win, y'all. Dude, I played some of the best freaking softball I have played in years. I hit some dingers, man. I had 2 hit the fence. I had 2 RBIs or 2 doubles and like 4 or 5 RBIs. I obviously scored every time, but also made some plays on first. So I felt like a freaking stud. And my daughter was there. And so this is hilarious. I have to share this. So there's this other one of our other players, his older daughter, she was about to turn 10. Definitely a little bit more mature. And he's like, look, if your daughter goes with her, like she'll totally be okay. And So after the game, Laura comes back and she saw me, hit some stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, Dad, like I knew you could do it." And, like sitting there from the dugout saying that, but she goes, "Yeah, me and Kendall, we got into an argument, Dad." And I was just like, "Really? Like y'all had just met? You guys were at the park? Like what was going on?" She's like, "Well, I thought you were famous out there, so I wanted to come back and watch you." And she wanted to stay at the park, and I was just like, "That a girl, that's my girl." But specific to the syndicate, y'all, we actually have some really exciting news, which you made me think of it talking about Dalton and just our preferred vendors. The website, the syndicate insurance syndicate website is almost live. So we are actually going to have a full built out website that is supporting the group with all of our resources. You can actually even schedule one-on-one coaching. You have access to all of the preferred vendors. There's all kinds of stuff that we're going to be building into that. So that's actually, I'm really excited for that. Shout out to Jeff Grimm. Some of y'all, if you follow my personal profile, you saw me shout him out yesterday, but he is helping us with that. And it looks so freaking sexy. So we're really excited to have that. But without further ado, y'all, we have a short little clip here to show you guys before we bring on the crew. You guys know him from the Friday Fuel Days, but we wanted to show you this real quick clip. And let me adjust this. All right.
My name is Cody Askins. I've been in the insurance industry since I was 20 years old, and it's my mission to help and train every insurance agent in the world. We took 7 agents from around the country and had them compete in the most intense, emotional, and entertaining competition the industry has ever seen.
3, 2, 1, go!
What information do you want me to send? Stop freaking responding like I'm pissing you off.
Hey, I'm telling you, it'll take APV off.
This is real.
You can't do that here. You shouldn't do it ever.
We brought in some of the top mentors and trainers in the world to help these agents along the way. We pushed them to their limits, fine-tuned their skills, and documented the entire experience.
That didn't go to plan.
Gonna get some people some life insurance. That's the choo-choo train starting to move, the locomotive.
7 agents, 6 days, and $121,000 on the line.
And the competition starts right now.
Oh, let's go. The freaking ultimate agents. I'm going to go ahead and bring them on. And let me change this real quick. Sorry, guys. Welcome. Good to have y'all back with us. The Friday Fuel crew. What's going on, y'all?
Dude, it's been like a year since I watched that clip. That gave me chills.
I was about to say that. Gave me chills.
The Final Four, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
From Ultimate Agent Season 2. Well, man, thank you guys for joining us. We're going to let y'all round robin and just reintroduce yourself to the group. Man, you probably already know these guys from the previous Friday Fuel show that they ran. But again, they are the Final Four contestants from Season 2 of Ultimate Agent. And we wanted to catch up with them to see what they're doing now. So starting with Adam, just go ahead and kick it off. Say hello. Let them know who you are again and what's your weekly win.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for having us back. It's super exciting to be here. My name is Adam Lindsay. I've been doing insurance since early 2021. Win for me this week is actually this Saturday. I will complete for the second time 75 hard. So
hey, congrats.
Nice.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
That's dope, dude. Good for
Big
you.
dog, Adam.
That is big dog. Big dog, man. What's the okay? Let's
Beat that, Alex.
Let's stay here before we get going. Oh, I'm so excited for this. What do you think? What's one takeaway you think you've gotten now that the second time? Like, what has it really done for you? You think?
Yeah. So I mean, the biggest thing for me was like the first time I went through it, it was really cool. It was hard, whatever. But then I just went straight back into my old habits, right? And I put all the weight back on that I had lost, and it just sucked. So this time around, I've come into it with more of a mentality of maybe not continuing all of the same things throughout the program, but like maintaining the workouts, maintaining drinking water, whatever, trying to be better about portion sizes and things like that. Small habits, right? I've actually started reading this book. It's like the 4th book that I'm starting now. And it just talks about like making micro changes, these little micro habits that if you get 1% better every day, by the end of the year, you'll be almost 400% better. Right. And so I think that's the key there is just making those small changes.
Love that, dude. Congrats, man. That's a big accomplishment, bro.
Thank you.
Alex, I know we all know you, man, but give him a little 30,000 foot overview. If you guys don't know this guy's face, you guys know this guy's face. He's in here every Friday with his pops running the Invested American podcast. But Alex, give him a quick little overview, man, because this is also part of like, y'all, we want you to get to know a little bit more about your show host as well. So Alex is still with us on the Friday show. Let them know a little bit about who you are and maybe drop like a fun fact on top of your weekly win as well.
Yeah. First off, I'm grateful you guys allow my dad and I to run the show. Very grateful for you guys. But yeah, my name is Alexander. I run the Friday show, the Invested American podcast. It's been great. Overall life-changing just to getting to run the podcast from Friday Fuel now to the Invested American podcast. It's been over 2 years now. So it's been great. But yeah, I mean, one of my weekly wins this week is I was in Nashville yesterday and Monday. So I was there for an event that was up and coming financial planners, so like financial advisors and people that are in the retirement space writing, a lot of annuities and just in the whole retirement gimmick. And my dad came to me 2 weeks ago and told me to go. He was like, this is going to be a great opportunity. It's with Financial Independence Group. It's the brokerage that we use to write all of our annuities through and things like that. Got to meet with them. It was great. What was really important about this event and with my win is that I put myself in a room that I know everybody's doing better in me than. So now I can, know what to build upon because I felt like I knew all this stuff within the business. But then when I got in that room with those 7 or 8 individuals, it showed me how small that I actually knew. So I was extremely grateful that I got to go. And now it motivated me. My dad's been hard pressed me on it. I'm going to study this whole month, and then next month I'm going to take my Series 65 exam.
Hey,
nice. To go ahead and start doing it because we have a referral partner that we use for all of our clients that are AUM, and we have a lot of money there with that individual, but he's giving us all the clients back once we do have our Series 65. So I'm going to get it, and I'm confident enough that if I study and put my mind to it, that I'll be able to pass it in July. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of my weekly win. And, it's motivating, when we plug into these conferences like 8% coming up, getting around like-minded people is so important because that's how you scale and grow your business. So I think everybody should be plugged into 8% this year. If you're not going, you're doing something wrong. So it's been great though.
It's going to be fun. Yeah. Me and Tony are going to be definitely involved with 8% this year for sure.
Yep.
Real quick. What's something people don't know about Alex Sala? I could probably say something because I'm like, all right, you're about to go get your freaking Series 65. And,
Yeah.
What are you, 1 years old? Are you able to drink yet? I mean,
no, I mean, what people, don't really know, but unless you've plugged in with me, I graduated high school 3 years ago, right at 3 years ago now. I decided on whether going to college or not going to college. My dad and I went back and forth, wanted to go with some of my buddies, but it was a smart, ill-advised decision to go ahead and not do college and jump straight into the business with my dad. So I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I'm grateful ever since. The accountability and mentorship that he's gave me, plugging into Ollie Sala, he's a great guy. So
that he is, bro. You're going to be light years ahead, man. That's awesome. Kudos to you. It's impressive on the series too. There's a lot of people that can't even freaking pass that those series, the 6 and 7. So, Mr. Collin, what you got, man? We're moving over to you. You're on the move. I'm moving to Collin while he's on the move. What's up, brother? Did we just lose you as you were moving?
I think we may have lost his connection.
No, we're good. I was outside because my kids are inside. They're crying. They just woke up. And then my neighbor decided to start mowing his lawn right now. So yeah. So anyway, I'm just right here out chilling. But yeah, no, Collin Bingham. I've been in the insurance world for 6 years now. In Idaho, still focusing on Medicare. The win for this week, one of the main carriers, Blue Cross of Idaho, they lost the Medicare Medicaid contract, and it ended June 1st. And so I basically have had open enrollment type activity and busyness since, third week of September, and that finally ended last week. But I think from January till the first week until last week, I think I threw on over 250 Medicare apps. So that was sweet.
Yeah. He goes, that was sweet. Like,
yeah. Collin, I remember real quick. I don't mean to plug in, but I remember Collin and I were on the phone like 4 weeks ago. We were on the phone together talking about our business. Collin said, we were talking about how our weeks went. Collin's like, yeah, I wrote like 70 Medicare apps this past week and a half. I was like, bro, what? You're up 70?
Yeah. Yeah. 76 in 5 days was the numbers. So
Man.
it was sweet. But all with $0 paid marketing. So that was even better.
Oh, we are going to talk about that for sure, bro.
straight referrals. But yeah, so that was really good. And so I golfed, I think, like 72 holes last week. And spent a lot of time with the family. So that was the big one.
You deserve it.
Very nice, man. Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, thanks for joining, man.
you.
I appreciate you. Mr. Donnie, last but certainly not the least.
How's it going,
that didn't go how I thought that was going to be planned, right? I love that spot in the show.
My name is Donald Peel. I'm from Florida. I got started in insurance and finance in early of 22. Stumbled my way into meeting these guys and having a show on y'all's network, and through that time learned so very much and changed completely as a person. I do very little insurance now, and me and my mentor actually became small business consultants, and very similar to what Alex and his father are doing. We actually have a little honey hole for retirement management, dealing with small businesses and dealing with their workman comp claims. Bookkeeping and accounting is a lot easier to get someone to come on board for retirement whenever you're kind of dealing with business and their employees already. So I've been kind of focused on mostly selling companies to come on board with us for our consulting fees, making some good money that way. But I do have two aspects of my life. I do have my partnership with my mentor, Daniel, and Cornerstone Financial. And then in my childhood best friend have been real big in the entrepreneur space. And we actually just sold our pool business 2 months ago for a fat chunk. And this week we are actually launching a new company, kind of an all-encompassing. We just hired about three, potentially maybe 4 guys to come on with us and do home remodels, maintenance on the farms around here, and this winter I'm actually going in on some racehorses with buddy. So
that is the most
yeah. So I do want to. I got this is my little iteration, our little first design, but I did find I like all the lessons that I've learned in insurance. I use both with me and my mentor in our financial space, but also so many lessons in the service industry that you can bring over into business. And the real big reason I got into insurance is, I've never had trouble working hard or putting in the work that it takes to be successful, but I didn't have a direction, and I didn't have the knowledge in the back end space or any kind of, I couldn't look at a sheet of numbers and make any sense of it. And insurance brought me such a wide aspect of so much knowledge, so much opportunity to become or get into doors of people who are so much more successful than me and so much more smarter than me, just like these 3 guys and 2 guys hosting right now. You guys have been such a wealth of knowledge, such a wealth of companionship, and I do miss you guys so much. It's so nice to be on here today.
No, yeah. Great to have y'all on, man. Oh, so that was literally where I was going was, all right, so kind of part of this was, because I know we've had some career shifts within the group, right? Where are we now, right? It's like, okay, so Friday Fuel, which was, seriously, like, what was it? It was like over a year ago, was it now, right?
Yeah.
And so, fast forward a year, where are we now? Where's our show host at? So, Adam, I'm going to go back and start with you, man, because I know you've made some changes, but you're also, like, doing extremely well, and it was awesome to get to spend some time with you recently at SWAT. And just kind of, hear more of how you've leveled up on that side. So let us know, where's Adam Lindsay at right now?
Oh yeah. So a couple things. So I've still been growing my my health insurance book of business, still working that book, getting referrals. Every once in a while, life insurance app will fall in my lap and I'll write it, obviously, but I'm not open or like outwardly prospecting anymore on that side. But I still am heavily tied to the life insurance business. So I, back in September, started working with Advanced Agent Marketing. You may have seen Tim Shooker, Julian Polito in the group. But they've got this marketing company, and we have this program for life insurance agents. Now we're doing pretty much strictly IUL and annuity, like advanced market people. And so I'm a client success manager with them. And so anybody who comes into our program, I help coach them and guide them through the program as needed, give advice and things like that. So that's what I spend most of my time on, is coaching other agents, and it's been a cool experience.
How do you?
So awesome. That's a great position for you. I know you do so wonderful at that. I can just feel it.
Nice.
Appreciate it, dude.
Have you been able to pull some of the stuff that you learned maybe on Ultimate Agent contest?
No, 100%.
The work that you're doing now with coaching agents and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just regurgitating a lot of the stuff that I've heard over the years, right? From the mentors that I've worked with, from being around people like you guys, and I would say, like, just in the last probably 9 or 10 months, like, I would say personal growth as well as professional. I've grown so much, and just being around, like Donnie was saying, being around the right people and being exposed to these opportunities and obviously, like, learning new things, learning things from different people who know different things, has just allowed me to elevate to that next level, and then to be able to share that with people. I think that's it's one thing to have knowledge, but it's a totally other thing to share that knowledge and help other people to grow alongside you. And it's been really cool to help others.
How do you like coaching agents versus quote unquote coaching clients? Because, like, you can have that good agent where everything's, and the leads are great and everything that you offer, and you're like, man, I freaking love you, just like you love a good client, right? But then, you have that also agent, and I just know that just from my side of things and what I do with Clearview is like, whoo, it's a little bit different sometimes with these agents. How do you like it?
That was me. That he's talking about me in that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely ebbs and flows, right? You get the killers who come in and, like, literally first week they're writing a $500,000 annuity and they ROI the entire program plus some, right? And then you get other people who go through for 6 weeks and they don't sell a single app, and they blame the leads, they blame the system, whatever. And I mean, we know usually if you have a good system in place, it's not the system, it's not the leads, it's usually the agent, right? So it's been this learning for me of walking people through that without being like, hey, you suck, like, but trying to help coach them and be better and be like, okay, we got to listen to your calls. We got to go over the scripting. Like, you're not following the script, do this. Right. And it's a lot of repetitiveness. It's a lot of doing the same things with people over and over again. But that's really what it takes to be successful, right? Is having a system and a process in place and then following that system. I think that was a big takeaway from the Ultimate Agent for me, was just realizing as long as you stick to your processes and you just do the boring stuff over and over again, like, that's what it takes to be successful. So it's been a lot of that. It's been a lot of coaching people through that and helping them to see the bigger picture versus just, like, what's right in front of them right now.
Yeah, 100%. I'll give you a shout out. I'll give you some high praise because literally when Tim and Julian first got to Guilfoyle's house in Dallas, when we all met up, they're like, dude, literally, and in my office, because they're here in Cedar Park, they're like, literally, Adam is freaking amazing. We love this guy. Like, he's such a, like, huge part of our team. So I have to give you some high praise because I know even just some of your backstory and, again, the ebb and flow when you were more on the agency side, even though you still have your agency, it seems like you're thriving and doing really well. And you've got some testimonials from the guys who started the thing about you. So kudos to you, man. That's awesome. Alex, let's pop over to you. What is this? Hold on. I'm just seeing your private comment. I'll come back to that. Alex, go ahead, man. Where are you at? And then also, again, this is kind of your segment for, Shop Talk with the show host. Again, you guys see Alex every Friday, 9 a.m. Central here within the group. But just let them know where are you at? Kind of what are you doing? Obviously you talked about going to get your Series 65 in the next month, which is freaking awesome. But what all do you guys do? What do you specialize in? And again, just give us a little bit more about your backstory.
Yeah. So recently, for the past 3 years I've been in the industry, I've focused on life and health, which I still do focus on life and health. It's been great. Ancillary products as well. And overall, when you look at it, doing, A to Z through retirement is really what we specialize in. So, we're going to help out with the Medicare side, then we're going to help out with any gaps that Medicare doesn't cover, then we're going to help out with the life insurance side, then we're going to help out with retirement side. So, any monies that you have, with 401ks or IRAs, and then even up and beyond that, wills and trusts. With our office out here in Tulsa, we're partnered up with our attorneys, a law firm. So when we, have clients from seminars, which I'll dive into here in a second, but when we have clients come into our office, it's really just a one-stop shop. So we prefer clients to come to the office just to check it out, get the feel-good feeling, that we're legit, and we'll sit down with them, talk about all their A through Z. Then we'll have our attorney come in, Shane. He'll meet with them, talk about a will and trust, because if you don't have that, then you're going to start, God forbid, when you do pass away, you're going to have that probate with court if you don't have, a trust or a will put in place for it, right? So we bring up that concern, as all us agents, we're trying to solve problems, right? That's the big thing for it, because if we're not solving a problem, then we're not doing our job, because the client does have a problem which we need to fix. So we do seminars, and like I said, I focus on the life and health space as well. So crazy enough, we have all the majority of the Ultimate Agents on here from Friday Fuel, but the direct mail leads, and I didn't tell all you guys this, but the direct mail leads that we worked from the Ultimate Agent, I'm still working those till today. The same vendor, just leads in Oklahoma. Those leads were so good because I had my best week ever back then in the insurance industry from those direct mail leads, right? Because we knew about those digital leads.
And my leads.
Yeah, don't forget that part.
Right. But no, we had like a total at the end of the week, like 25 direct mail leads from Cody. And I felt like I sold a little over half, or like right at half of them. So I was like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right. So I keep putting in these lead orders every 2 weeks. And it takes about 2 weeks for them to come in. And it's been great. It's final expense leads. And then once I get in the house, I'm not just talking final expense. We're going to take care of that first, but then I'm going to jump to the Medicare side and take care of that as well. So it's been great. And then as well, our model used to be, we would do a seminar every 2.5, 3 weeks with my dad and I and our mom and my mom, and then the agents that we have with us. But now we switch it to every week and a half. We're doing a seminar now. So we would do a seminar every 2.5, 3 weeks. It would be a morning seminar and then an evening seminar. We were like, that's a really good model, but we kind of want to switch it up and stay busy for the week and a half up until the next seminar. So what we're doing is we're doing one morning seminar or afternoon seminar every week and a half, and it keeps us busy up until our next seminar. So we still have a lot of follow-up from all these seminars in the past, but it's been great. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I don't tell us often. In the beginning of the year, our first 2 seminars were kind of like real busts. Like they didn't go out the way that we wanted them to go. So then and it's the flow of the business, but what I was in debt not in debt, but I had to end up paying the company. Like we were behind like $6 or $7 grand on the year already. Then come our third seminar, and it's been great since then, but come our third seminar, we sell one for $450, then we sell another one for $300, and then boom, it pays the seminar, and we have extra cash coming to us, right? After that, it's been great. I think it was just God testing us, seeing, how we're going to go within the business, but it's been great ever since. You're going to have bad seminars, right? I think what happens in the industry as well is you see people put in these lead orders, right? We keep putting in leads, put your money to leads, right? Then you have a bad lead order. Then they're like, okay, well, I'm not going to put any more money to leads because that lead order sucked, right? That's how people get out of the business quick. So what you guys want to make sure you do is, for everybody watching, is when that bad 30 leads doesn't go the way it planned, you got to double down. You're going to go do another 30 leads, because if it worked for one of the top agents in the industry for that lead source, it'll work for you if you're willing to put the work to it, right? So that's one thing big for me as well. With these direct mail leads that I'm having, working life and health, there has been bad lead orders, but I've been optimistic, and you have to have that blind faith, because I've had bad lead orders before, but then I've had where I've sold, over half of the lead order, right? So it's all about the numbers and, how it looks. But as well as, with our Friday show, we try to give golden nuggets to all the insurance, agents that are watching to help scale and grow your business. So if you guys please, you guys want to see something different with the show, you guys want to see us talk about something in specific, maybe it's the retirement planning that we have that we talk about on a daily basis with the Invested American, whatever it may be, right? It's totally out there, and we are willing to help. So whatever you guys like to see fit, we would, love to do it. But really what I'm doing in the industry now is everything that I just mentioned. So that's really what I'm doing. It's been great. And, like I said, I'm getting my Series 65, which I'm grateful for. Like I said, going to this event in Nashville, it was huge. I got a lot of golden nuggets from it. And when I look at the real scheme of things, it's going to help scale and propel my business to places that I haven't even seen yet. Like I said, I know this much in this small circle when I got in a room with people that were a lot better than me. So that's really what I'm doing in the industry now, and it's been great ever since. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely, man. Getting in the room where you're not the smartest person is a genius idea. The only time you should ever be the smartest person in the room is at the poker table.
Real quick, Alex, you said something about the office. In the virtual world that we live in, how important is it, do you think, to have that brick and mortar, that office presence? Like, do you think it makes that much of a difference with, and maybe that's because of the type of clientele you're working with? Like, people buying car insurance for me, like, I can't even tell you, I've had maybe a total of 5 people ever walk in since like 2018 when I started this freaking thing. So like, what do you think is the importance on that? And do you think that applies to the demographic or the type of clients you're working with?
Really good question. For one, I think it's huge because when you have a client come into our office, for one, it's a very nice office. I mean, you can have, an A, B, or C graded office. I think our office is an A graded office, which is great because our first office that we actually had with the Invest American was a much smaller office. It was still nice, but it was much smaller, right? Now, when we have our clients from that office come into this office now too, it's even more of the feel good thing. Like, okay, cool. Wow, these guys are actually partnered up with their law firm. They can help me out with a will or trust, and they're taking care of my retirement now. These guys must be leveling up. I need to stay with them, right? But then as well as we've brought, our client for reviews and, review with clients and stuff like that from our old office. We bring them in. We're getting more business now as well. I believe for one reason is because of the new office that we have. I think it's really, really key that you have a really well kept office and everything looks right because like I said, again, with our attorney, you have a complimentary review as well. So when we have these seminars, we tell them, hey, the first set with our attorney, it's a complimentary review. It's no charge to you. So it's free. I want you to take advantage of it. I don't really think it's a no answer. I think you guys should be taking advantage of it. They'll take advantage of it every time, right? Majority of the time, I think if someone is interested in a will or trust, I think our close ratio is about 50%, if not more, for a will or trust, which is great because people know the necessity and the individuals of clients that we have coming to these seminars, these are high net worth clients. So these people can afford a will and trust. They know the necessity that it comes with. So I think it plays a really big factor because like I said, again, it's a one-stop shop. You come in our office, the left wing is the law firm, and the right wing is the Invested American, wing. So, and then you have the conference room in the middle. It's a great model, and I'm grateful for it. So,
just looks really clean. It definitely, I know and I guess mine is more on the agent side, or even when like my carrier reps, like, dude, when my Progressive rep walks in this office, like, dang, dude, like this is so much different than our old office. Like, because our old office was maybe the size of like, I swear, this studio, and Tony's been in there too. So yeah, no, okay. I was curious on that. I just wanted to hear your thoughts.
Yes, sir.
Collin, Mr. 270 apps.
Not quite, but
not
yeah,
quite. We'll round up. Where is Collin Bingham at now, man?
Idaho. So still here. Like I said, there was some big changes that came out. So the main carrier that we wrote was Blue Cross of Idaho. And literally December 6th, I got a call from their rep that was like, hey, we lost our contract with the state. So everybody that you just moved to us during open enrollment, like everybody that's on that Blue Cross plan, it's going to be ending June 1st. So we just went, like, we had the break from December 7th to January 1st to where we couldn't really write business. But then since then, it's just been working like crazy to try and get that business because there's 12,000 members that were on that plan. And so I was just doing whatever I could to get in front of as many people to get them switched to the right plan. So
that's a lot. So where are you at with your agency? Are you growing? Like, I remember I saw, or at least one of the calls or trainings that I was on, man, I don't know if that was through Cody or through something else, but I saw you were up in Ohio, I think, with Jalen and Mike, and you guys were doing like final expense, and you guys all had a house that you were staying in and stuff. Like, where are you at with the agency, and kind of like, are you building, recruiting? Like, what are you doing?
No, I'm not building or recruiting right now. So yeah, I was out with Mike and Jalen. I was helping teach them Medicare. I think we wrote like 60 something apps that week too. So that was a good week. That was just their current clients. But yeah, no, but yeah, no, right now I'm kind of leaning more towards, I mean, I have a large 90% of my book of business is DSNP, which I I don't like. I mean, it's cool because you can ride it year round. You can ride a lot of apps with it. But I partnered with a company called Retirement Fundamentals. Um, and they do these seminars like what Alex is doing, where it's, estate planning, you're going over annuities and all that stuff. So I've been doing a seminar a month with them, focusing on the estate plans, which is awesome. And if anybody wants more information on that, I can help you out with those. But yeah, I just get the Medicare from that, and then he's got his Series 65 license. I was at one of their conferences this last weekend, and they were trying to talk me into getting their Series 65, and so I'm on the fence. But now that Alex is doing it, I mean, I might have to too, just cause. um, but yeah, I've been working on those seminars. That's the exciting part of the business, is getting into people's money, and not actually feeling like you're helping and giving them a full retirement picture, rather than what's your meds, who's your doctors, this is the best plan for you, or whatever. Here's the two best plans you choose, and then you talk to them once a year. I enjoy a lot more of a sit down comprehensive overview where you're
Mhm.
developing a relationship with somebody rather than just telesales. So
Colin, are you doing like, I know you're doing a lot of Medicare, but are you doing life insurance as well? Or because I mean, you're writing a lot of
life
Medicare.
insurance just when it comes.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not like, life insurance isn't my favorite thing to write. I like annuities and Medicare. So, and estate plans. So,
Obviously, on the Ultimate Agent, you guys were doing final expense sales. Colin, were
yep.
you doing Medicare before you joined
Colin had
Ultimate
never
Agent?
sold final expense, I
I
don't
had
think.
I had never sold a final expense policy before the
Okay.
Ultimate Agent.
A week before.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, didn't you
Yeah,
get
yeah, it was a
notified like
week.
a
Yeah.
week? Yeah.
Yeah. I got Cody called me literally like the Thursday before it started and was like, "Hey, can you get flights?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, dude." So then we flew out, yeah, and slung some final expense. So, but yeah, no, to kind of go back to um the free marketing side of things that I've been doing, if anybody's in the DSNP area of like, that's a large part of their book of business. Targeted service coordinators, so that's people who are basically the middleman between the state and the client. If you can find, just Google targeted service coordination and you go and do educational seminars there, it's the best thing that you could ever do.
Hmm, that's
Because
gold.
these people, they're looking for help. That's where, like, so I drove up 9 hours to a place called Coeur d'Alene in Idaho, and I met with two different targeted service coordination agencies, and that's how I wrote the 76 apps or whatever it was. All, I didn't spend a penny besides my hotel and uh yeah, gas. But besides that, it was just, I was meeting with every single one of their clients, reviewing their plan, and yeah, now I'm just a part of their onboarding process, that every time they have somebody come on, they send them my way. So it's
That's
pretty sweet that way.
I hope everybody just took some notes. That's like
Sure.
kind of pure freaking gold, guys.
Yeah.
Even Tony,
Yeah.
I see Tony's face. He's like, wait, what? Hold on. Let me
Yeah,
go ahead and-
targeted service coordination, ResHab facilities, so residential habilitation, long-term care. I went to a couple long-term care facilities. They're a little bit like not as giving, just because I feel like every
They're
insurance agent has ever
yeah.
hit up a long-term care facility. But yeah, targeted service coordination, ResHab facilities, hit them up, and just go take out the owners to lunch, and then do a lunch and learn with their coordinators. And yeah, you'll be making some money with no marketing. I haven't spent any money on marketing.
strategic partnership.
Yep. I love that,
Yep.
dude. Thanks for dropping that, bro. Again, I hope all y'all I just heard that and you're taking some notes if you're catching the replay. And also, guys, if you have any questions, you want to engage at all, drop it in the comments. I still see we have a bunch of people tuning in here. Donnie, let's turn it over to Donnie Peel. The guy that has totally shifted. I literally, when I first met you, bro, and where you are now, like when you're just telling me, like, okay, you got to break down what the pool company was. Were you guys like, before I got into insurance, I worked for a company called Automatic Pool Covers, and so we were working on that, just the pool cover, not the actual pool. So take us back, Donnie. Obviously, we know you from the insurance side of things, and you've pivoted some. That's one of my favorite words. Where is Donnie at these days? What all are you up to, man?
Apparently, he's buying racehorses.
And racehorses.
Yeah.
Are you
I
racing
kinda
the
like,
horse? Are you racing the horse? That's the real question.
Absolutely not. You won't catch me anywhere near the back end of a horse, on top of a horse, in front of a horse. You can forget that. I'll throw some money at a horse, but someone else is racing that joker for me. I promise you that. But yeah. So to start, I'm a down south, young man. Did a lot of labor jobs, restaurant jobs. Always had 2 or 3 things going on at any given time. Ended up starting a business with my childhood best friend, installing pools, cleaning pools, repairing pools, and had some immediate success. And then everything after that was, I'm not gonna lie, like us struggling, pretty much failing. And was very lucky to stumble upon insurance, and was basically going into insurance because my entrepreneurial dreams were like dying, to be honest with you. Again, not for any lack of doing good work or hard work. We grew up white trash in the trailer parks, and we didn't know how to run a successful business or how to even run a successful life. And that's exactly where it starts, man. And there were so many questions I had. I was so curious. I wanted to learn. I was willing to put in the effort to learn, but I really didn't know how until I, again, stumbled onto insurance through, an unfortunate death. Ended up working with a financial advisor very closely on a family trust. He brought me on to kind of be his poster child, because he was a Soviet Union immigrant. And found it very difficult getting in front of people and finding people to trust him. So I became his blue-eyed American, poster child. And that's kind of the situation I find myself in now, in the financial field. Is I'm mostly in front of clients, dealing with client relations, bringing in new business to my mentor. And he's sitting down doing a lot of the back end stuff, and I'm just out there selling. And then when it comes to
Flirting with the old ladies.
Flirting with the old ladies, listen, you get me an old lady in front of me, I'm closing her every time. Like, that's what I love about being someone that is kind of multi-rounded and kind of unable to focus on one thing, but rather focus on multiple things, is with any interaction that I have with someone, the old Denzel meme, I'm leaving there with something, whether it's a nugget of knowledge from being curious, or I'm there to remodel her house, or mow her grass, or get her into a retirement planning on a Medicare plan, on a lifetime there with something. I'm gonna get her on something. You best believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna find a way to make this interaction that I have with someone in front of me be meaningful. And there's so much social currency that you can amass. And when I tell you, like, someone that lacks a lot of like the back end things that make someone great, I stumble onto great relationships with people, and they make up a lot of my weaknesses. And in return, I make up a lot of their weaknesses with doing some of the dirty work and some of the back end front work and whatnot. And you have to really be self-aware and realize what you're good at and what you're not good at, and choose the path that you want to take. There's so many people that tell you to do it this way or do it that way. And when I tell you, like, doesn't mean don't listen to them, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you're the best at and reach your ceiling and what is your ceiling. So
what are you the best at, Donnie?
And yeah, just one more time, if anybody's in Central Florida, I am launching a brand new home renovation company this week. So hit your boy's line. You know what I'm saying?
Donnie, what do you think you're the best at? Break that down a little bit.
Relationships, being in front of people and being personable. I'm someone that can very easily get into a conversation with someone and find out the intimate details and find out, the way that you're thinking. I can see if someone is a conservative person, so I'm going to recommend them this thing, or I can see someone that wants to be more risky, and I'm going to recommend them this way, or I can tell if someone's feeling uneasy or untrusting, and I know I need to take a step back and kind of rebuild that trust. And really, people is what I'm good at, and not any one individual thing. I'm kind of a jack at all trades, and what I realized is I'm really going to have to be someone that kind of has his foot in a whole bunch of doors and partner with so many great people for me to be successful, because any one thing, I just get bored. I get ADD. I get lost, and I don't end up doing. But when I do have so much on my plate, there's so many people counting on to me. I have no choice but to do the right thing and to do it well. And that, like I said, that clip from watching that show to like,
you're like, dang.
Before then to like seeing how lighthearted and unserious, and like I've just been so busy. It's so crazy to see that Donald to the Donald I am today.
I saw you on the stage when you got selected, because I did the whole jet tour with Cody, and you like driving there. I mean, it's like how you even got to Ultimate Agent and everything too up in Springfield. I mean, it's crazy. Dude, you said some pure gold right there when it comes to social currency. This was actually something I was just breaking down with my high schoolers in my church small group. And I kind of associated to a lot of y'all have heard my House of Dreams. I actually got to go through that with them. And I kind of changed a little bit of it just for a little bit more for kind of like Bible study, right? But that social currency, right? It's like kind of tied to your persona. And, I think, we are called to, and especially, for us that are obviously in the industry, even just what you're doing, Donnie, too, because I still consider that within the industry, like insurance is still a piece of what you're doing, right?
Absolutely.
We lose him?
Looks like it.
Dang it. Well, while they're saying that, one thing I want to say to you, Donnie, dude, if I could describe you in one word, it's just hustler. Like, dude, I just love you, Donnie. Like, whatever you're going to do. I mean, I just think back, you were sitting right behind me on Ultimate Agent, and you're trying to freaking sell dead people, dude. Like,
listen, bro, like I told you, like I've been very blessed, and I don't want people to waste the opportunity that insurance gives you, because it is an industry that's been around for so long. I'm telling you, they have it dialed in. They know what they were doing. They know what they're doing now. They knew what they were doing then. Like, there's so many lessons that I've learned from insurance that I use in everyday business, whether I'm selling a lawn account to someone, I'm selling a pool cleaning account to someone, or I'm selling an $80,000 like home renovation. Like, every aspect is entrenched in this, and you can learn so much. If it's not the thing that maybe necessarily takes you all the way, maybe it's just something you dip your toes in and something you learn from. It's a great opportunity to, at the bare minimum, learn from, for sure.
100%. Sorry, guys. Our internet, we're like hardwired in, and it keeps like trying to boot us out. But I was talking about the power of social currency and how I think that's associated to your persona. And your persona, in my opinion, is what is directly associated to your skill set. So then how people view you, how they see you, how they perceive you is directly associated to said skill set as well. So I think that's a really good, like, you have multiple currencies that you use within that social currency aspect. I really like that. I think we could even break that down a little bit further, but just for the sake of time, let's go, because we've got about 10 minutes left here, and I want to make sure I give all y'all time to kind of talk about. So we know where you are now, right? Where you are currently. What's next? And this is a question that I've been asking that I've gotten some really powerful responses from. And we had Cody on recently, and then we had Luke Akery on recently as well. And just, again, the response from that, and it really kind of gets you thinking outside of just, hey, this is what I'm doing today or what I'm doing for the rest of 2025. Adam, we'll start with you. In 5 years from now, what do you hope people say about Adam Lindsay? What do you hope they say about you? 5 years from now? It's not like, all right, when I'm old and retired. Like, no, 5 years from now, what do you hope they say about you based off of where you're trying to go and what you're doing?
Well, I've been thinking a lot about like where I was even just a year ago, but just a couple years ago as I set foot into the insurance space. And what I'd like people to think or say about me is that I was not a quitter, right? That I persevered, and that I'm a quick learner. So that anything that I put my mind to, that I started, like I saw my way through it, didn't quit out, and then I grew in it, right? So whether that means working selling final expense policies, doing health insurance, or working for a marketing company, whatever it is. I'm always excelling to be the best that I can be in that field.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'd like people to say about me, is that I was always trying to be that much better every time.
Am I off a little bit on my memory? But this reminds me of a conversation that you had with Cody during the Ultimate Agent that was on camera. And like, I don't know if it was a confessional or it's just a one-on-one time you get to talk to him for a minute. And I swear that there was a lot of exactly what you're talking about was in that conversation.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably right. We had those conversations were happening at like 10:30 at night. So it's a little
After
hazy on
some
my
long
end.
days.
Long days.
Yeah. But you're probably right. And I had some come to Jesus moments or come to Cody moments where he just kind of opened my eyes a little bit. It just helped me to see some of my flaws and areas that I could improve in, and not being so hard on myself, right? But really just taking every opportunity as a learning moment, and being able to turn that failure into an opportunity for growth.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I was striving for.
No, I think part of that too, man. And this is, I know we got a few fathers on the show, like father to father, dude. When your kids are old enough to see and realize and recognize, it's like, I mean, imagine if my daughter didn't say like, oh no, I didn't even want to come back and watch you. I didn't think you were famous. I'd rather be at the park than watch you play. And I think, stuff like that, where, again, kind of going back to your point, Donnie, of just, man, when you have people relying on you, and when you look at your kid and it's like, you don't want them to see a quitter, right? I mean, like, how much of that is just a fire in your freaking belly too, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Love that, dude. Thanks for what's kind of next for you, or what's the goals to wrap up 2025? And then we'll go to Alex.
Yeah. So as a company, our goal by the end of the year is to hit $1 million in revenue in a month. So we started the year out at like 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
And this month we're on pace to hit 500.
Woo!
So we're on pace to hit goal. So just seeing that growth with these guys has been amazing. Just knowing that the product, the systems that we have in place really do work. The growth is as a direct correlation of that, being able to help more people. And so I'm just looking to push as hard as I can and help as many agents as I can.
Love it.
You ain't making $500,000 a month if it don't work. So
Right.
Yeah, if it ain't, like what Alex said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Alex, what you got, man? 5 years from now, what do you hope people say about Alex Sala, man?
Yeah, keep it simple. That I was a trustworthy, honest, and always did good by people and never wrong. Good person. So the next 5 years, I just want people to say that about me.
Okay. What's next for you in 2025? Obviously, we talked about the Series 65 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What's the goals? What do you guys put? I know I was just talking to your dad earlier this week, man. So I know y'all are pushing and hustling, especially if you're doing a seminar freaking pretty much every week. Talk through what are you doing for the rest of 2025?
For the rest of 2025, my personal goal would be to make anywhere between $350,000 to $400,000 to finish 2025. And then a goal that's not really towards your question, but the next 5 years, my dad and I as well, anywhere between having the set goal 150 to 200 million in AUM, because we have money there right now. But when I do have my Series 65, the next 5 years, 150 to 200 million in AUM.
Love it. For anybody that's watching and you're like, okay, all these insurance acronyms, can we stop it, guys? AUM is assets under management, just FYI. Like AUM, AMS, CRMs, wait, hold on. INS, the abbreviation of insurance? Like, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Love it, dude. No, seriously, proud of you, man. Like I said, I've been talking with your dad a little bit, and I know you're freaking grinding, bro. And to see somebody you're 21, right? Are you 22?
Sir.
21,
yeah,
bro. Like, that's just freaking crazy to me. I know me and Tony were just talking about this because we've got some youngins in our office as well. I have a guy, he just turned, it was his birthday. He's one of the franchisees' sons who's running this and just had his first kid, and he's literally 21. Just turned 21 yesterday and already has a kid, and he's doing this. And it's like, where obviously there's some improvement to be made. He's not an Alex Sala, but I mean,
I was an idiot at 21, man.
Dude,
I wish I was half
me
the
and
guy
Tony were
Alex
talking
was.
about.
Like, I was an idiot, man.
Yep. Seriously, I was like, I was not doing that at 21. I'll tell you that. Right?
I was not.
Love it, man. Well, thank you. And thank you, Alex, for your continued support on the Friday show. Shout out to you and your pops for running that. Guys, you guys can catch him this Friday and every Friday live at 9 a.m. Tune in on his journey to get his Series 65. That's some good content. I know you're seeing my telematics stuff with Progressive. A journey to get your 65 could be pretty good for reals.
I'm going to do that. Yeah. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Collin, what you got, man? 5 years from now, what do you hope they say about you?
When you first asked that question to Adam, like immediately it was that I was a good father and that I am a good father. Everything else, as you guys know from watching the show, or maybe not, my dad passed away when I was 17. And so everything that I do, like money comes and goes, money's money.
Mm-hmm.
The most important thing I can do is spend time with my family and develop a relationship with my children, that they love their dad, they know that I love them, and of course my wife, she is the backbone of everything. But that, you know, there's life after this, and that I want to develop the relationships with them that last for forever, and that when they're Alex's age, that they want to stick around and hang out with me and work with me. I mean, I really do look to Alex and his dad's relationship and his, you know, just how he was raised. And
Thanks, bro.
I want to mirror that. And so, yes, I want to be known as somebody who works hard, as somebody who is honest in my daily doings. Absolutely. But the first thing, if somebody can say, the biggest compliment anybody could give me is that I'm a great father.
Mm-hmm.
And that
those ones hit different, man, when they say, or like even my mom, you know, and she's like, you guys are doing a great job. It's like, sometimes those are just all you need to hear, where it's like, because you have 3, how many kids do you have? 2 or 3?
Two boys. Yep.
2 boys. Yeah. And I've got 3. And sometimes, man, you come back to that house, dude, and you're like, whoo, am I doing a good job? Or like, what's going on here? It's like, no, we are.
Yeah. No, I totally hear you there, but it's the work worth doing for sure. So
well, I think they went out, so I guess I'll take over. I think it's so funny, the group of guys that we have here, because the things that immediately popped in my head were fair and genuine. And I was like, man, I don't want to be cheesy or too humble. And you guys are such humble guys. And like, that's exactly why I emulate that, is just from feeding off of you guys. And first and foremost, you know, I've really struggled, especially early on in the insurance industry, not being genuine and fair, because like I was upset that I wasn't the greatest, or I was upset that I was failing. And only when you can really become your true self and step into your own shoes and work the things that you are good at will you find any kind of success. And that doesn't matter if you're in the insurance industry, or again, the pool business, or the financial asset management business. Like, being fair and being genuine has to be first and foremost. And I'm so thankful that the last 3 years of my life has been spent with guys like I'm being surrounded with now, and everybody watching, because it's been such a great opportunity. I've met so many amazing people, and being my genuine self, you guys have been so accepting. And I just want to emulate that and be as accepting as I can be. So.
Yes, sir.
Love it. Love it. Adam, I know you got a hard stop at 10. So Tony, go ahead and close us out, man. It's been awesome to have y'all on. Thank you for your time.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
It's good to see y'all. It's
Yes,
good
sir.
to see that you've all found a path for yourself, whether it's still in insurance or adjacent to insurance, but you're all finding your own unique, authentic success, and still maintaining that friendship from those memories that you have from competing in that show together. Super, super good to catch up with all of you. You guys are all super unique, super special in your own way. Remember that, take that, and embrace it, and keep growing and doing your thing, man. Sorry for some of the tech issues that we had for those that tuned in, but thank y'all for tuning in. Again, these are the final 4 from Ultimate Agent Season 2. You can check that out on YouTube, where they basically took these guys, trapped them in a house, and said, who can sell the most insurance? Good luck. The winner gets $121K in cash and prizes. So Alex ended up being the winner, but these were the final four. They were the baddest contestants of the group. And they were our four hosts of Friday Fuel. So thanks again for stopping in. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, it is Wednesday. It's the peak of the week. That doesn't mean it's slow down time. That means it's hammer time. Close it out strong, and we will see you next time for Winning on Wednesday.
Let's go. Have a great week, y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.